Punch the sky, Spaceman Joe. Yeah.
That news.
It's been a crazy news week. I have so much to talk about, truly. So, as we all know, I'm Roger, also joined by Jordan. Nate is in the field. Static electricity or some sort of ethereal mist is blocking his transmission. We'll figure it out, get him back to safety. But for you and what you need to know to stay safe, we have from Werewolf Radar's news wire from the AP, the I can't speak anymore. I'm so excited. The UFO Congressional hearing, and they were talking about all sorts of crazy shit. It has been supposedly called insulting, eye-opening.
This guy spilled the beans.
A slam dunk, ridiculous, all sorts of commentary on it, and now we're going to talk about it. So, like Jordan said, this guy spilled the beans.
He spilled the beans. He said, I am a government type. I worked in the government, and they have aliens. They like to eat sushi off of the nude body of aliens. They take the aliens' brains and genitals and blend them up in a food processor and make a cocktail out of it that makes you hover. I assume a lot of this was what he said, but I'm reading between the lines.
He's reading a lot between the lines. Let's go into what the AP wrote, and we'll talk about some other things as well. A top Pentagon official was attacked this week. Nope, let me say all that again. A top Pentagon official has attacked this week's widely watched Congressional hearing on UFOs, calling the claims insulting to employees who are investigating sightings and accusing a key witness of not cooperating with the official U.S. government investigation. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick's letter published on his personal LinkedIn page. Everyone, sign up for LinkedIn so we can see this crazy letter. I'm sure it's very long.
It's about time everybody had a LinkedIn, unfortunately.
You're all professionals, and it's time to read a UFO letter published on LinkedIn. So Sean Kirkpatrick published on his personal LinkedIn page a letter which was circulated Friday the 28th of July across social media, criticizing much of the testimony from a retired Air Force intelligence officer that energized believers in extraterrestrial life and produced headlines around the world. And boy, did they. Me and Jordan are
rock hard.
Nate brought it to us. He was just watching the television, and the moment it happened, he's like, shit's popping off.
Nate's the only one of us who's legally allowed to watch the news.
Yes. When me
and Roger watch it, we take things out of context. We get all riled up. Next thing you know, we're standing on top of the Capitol with a golf club saying, "Show me the bat people."
I'm now hopped over. Seriously, though, show us the bat people. We know you have them.
I do want to see the bat people. See, we're doing it again.
I know. I'm sorry. Let's stop, breathe, control our emotions. I'm now at npr.org. Retired Major David Grush, I believe, who went from being part of the Pentagon's UAP task force to becoming a whistleblower, told the House Oversight Committee's National Security Subcommittee that he had been denied access to some government UFO programs, but he knows the exact locations of U.S. UAPs in U.S. possession. He knows the locations. He knows the hangars. He knows what garages they're in.
Yeah. He's flip-flopped.
In response to public interest and political pressure, federal and military agencies have shared a trove of information about unexplained aircraft encounters. However, many sightings have been found to be of pedestrian origin, such as weather balloons to drones, airborne trash, So, that's the state of America. We now have a phrase called airborne trash.
Yeah, that's what they called. Remember Baloo in the Jungle Book series
I do.
Where he like flew in a plane? No, Tailspin. That's what it was called.
That was airborne trash, but he
Yeah,
made
he's
it
airborne
work.
trash.
And of course, birds have been mistaken. On Wednesday, Defense Department spokeswoman Susan Goth issued a statement saying the Pentagon's inquiries had not turned up any verifiable information to substantiate the claims that any program regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently.
Dang.
Grush also alleged that the U.S. has retrieved non-human biological matter from the pilots of the craft.
Yeah.
Adding,
yeah, that's right. Alien jizz, y'all.
Alien jizz.
These aliens are jizzing all over this thing. It's jizz powered.
That was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the UAP program I've talked to that are currently still on the program. All this has
they're
transcripts.
still on it because there was a lot of jizz.
Wowed so much. Like, it's hard. When you open the door, it smelled.
Still squeegeeing that thing down.
While he refrained from sharing any further information in the public hearing, Grush offered to disclose details behind closed doors. Grush said he hasn't personally seen any alien vehicles or alien bodies, and that his opinions are based on the accounts of over 40 witnesses he interviewed over 4 years in his role with the UAP task force.
Okay.
His quote,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's always a bummer to where like you expect him just to dump the body on the table.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, I don't actually have the body.
Yeah.
But I know this guy.
You're 100% sure of all of this? Well, no. But I think so. A lot of fucking people think so, Grush.
But have you been told from 40 people who have worked on these programs? That's I guess the difference. I also want him. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Yes, truth.
And I don't want to say it because that means someone's beauty has left whatever I believe in. But drop the body. Just throw the body on there and be like, here's what I got.
Yeah. Yeah. Chuck that bod.
However,
we want the jizz.
We want the jizz. Even at this point, show me the vial of jizz. It doesn't have to be a body. Jerk off the alien.
And then
show me the stuff.
And the jizz better look like the Predator's blood. I want it to look like a glow stick. And I want it to kind of have that weird like pseudo metal appearance where like you bring, ferrofluid, when you bring a magnet near it, it's like
it moves all weirdly. That's awesome. Yeah. So my testimony, Grush said, is based on information I have been given by individuals with a long-standing track record or legitimacy and service to this country. Many of whom...
Grush swears that his uncle's brother's friend, who lives up the street and has a sweet bike, said that he saw the alien and fought it and kicked its ass.
Now that's what it feels like, but it is closer than that. At least it's not my uncle's friend's brother, but
it is.
Supposedly,
and I mean, this guy is like certain enough that he's going before Congress. It's all well and good for me to sit back and make jerk off motion at this, because
which I'm on your side on this. I want the body.
He didn't throw the bod on the table, but it's like, man, once again, somebody has been like, I have irrefutable proof of Bigfoot, and then the proof is like, I heard a story once. Like, okay,
but never forget, there was the man who said he had the body of Bigfoot and tried to fake the body of Bigfoot.
Yeah, he sold it for like $75,000, and it was a fucking gorilla suit filled with coleslaw or something.
Which I don't know where I stand now. At least he provided a body. It might have been fake, but at least he slapped a body down on the table.
He went for it, didn't he? And he got fucking $75,000 out of him.
Now, many of whom, no, let me say that again. My testimony has been given by individuals with long-standing track records of legitimacy and service to this country, many of whom have shared compelling evidence in the form of photography, official documentation, and classified oral testimony. Several times during the hearing, Grush deflected lawmakers' questions, saying he could only elaborate in a SIF, SCIF, a sensitive, compartmented information facility. I assume that's a building that has a cone of silence.
Yeah, some sort of blessed zone of truth situation.
Those instances include when he was asked if the government had any contact with aliens and whether anyone had been murdered to cover up information about extraterrestrial technology. He was like, I can only tell you in a SIF, man.
All right, well, let's get this idiot a SIF. I'm being overly antagonistic of it. He's making all of these like rules that it's like, buddy, if you got the fucking secret, just spill the beans, man. What's with all of this? This makes it feel like you're just trying to get hits. You know, it makes it feel like you're trying to go viral, which he did.
We're talking about it as well. You know, you succeeded.
Yeah.
But I agree. Like, what's the point of saying, like, being a whistleblower and then going, oh, I can only tell the government inside of a government complex?
Why? Because you'll get arrested? Buddy, the jig is up. You're fucking spilling. Are you spilling the beans or are you not spilling the beans? What are we doing here?
If someone has been murdered to cover up the alien cover-up,
yeah,
they know to kill you now. It's too late. Just spill the beans, drop the body on the table, and take your bullet.
Yeah, he thinks that by like playing by the rules, it's like they're not going to be able to have any repercussions against him at this point. It's like, dude,
legally, you can't assassinate me because I said everything in the SIF.
Yeah, and then a shot rings out because they're the government and they do whatever they want.
Okay, there we go.
I'm just grumpy that they're.
You're rightfully grumpy.
He says
you don't have to say sorry. You're rightfully feeling.
A bod.
Yes. I sadly lost my spot where I was. Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong page now. But you're rightfully upset because there's been many. I was also telling a coworker why this didn't intrigue me the most, although I still talk a lot about it, is because we've had so many whistleblowers do similar things and nothing's come out of it other than some of them have made a cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Greer comes to mind.
Yeah.
Where is that? He needs to go to a SIF. There we are. The former intelligence officer also told the panel that he and several other colleagues have been targets of administrative terrorism and that he at times feared for his life since coming forward. So exactly like what we're talking about. Just come out then. You don't just say it right here. I have the address. Cameras, if you would like to broadcast the address of the alien parts, here it is. Like, even if I had to do the work for the bodies, tell me where they are. I'll drive down there.
Are we human or are we dancer? Start dancing.
He did say, though, that these were very brutal and very unfortunate. Some of the tactics they used to hurt me, both professionally and personally. Once again, we're kind of in that informant. They supposedly they called his family members works, call them late at night to say threatening things, like just a lot of mysterious negative energy coming on at you at once. Emails. UAPs are not rare or isolated is the next section that we're going to be talking about. The subcommittee also heard testimony from former Navy fighter pilot Ryan Graves and retired Commander David Fravor. And these two allegedly encountered aircraft of unexplained origin. Graves recounted an incident with a flying object off the coast of Virginia in 2014 while flying an F-18. He said that he came upon an aircraft that looked like a dark gray or black cube inside of a clear sphere. Let me say that again.
Cool.
He said the craft was a dark gray or black cube inside of a clear sphere.
Awesome. Hail the cube.
All hail the cube. Gleam the cube.
Gleam the cube.
He estimated it to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter, and unlike any aircraft he has ever seen, he claimed that the UAP could remain stationary despite hurricane force winds around that location.
Wow. So he was flying through a hurricane just chasing a UFO?
I want to sign up for the Air Force, but I don't want to kill third world country people.
Yeah.
And I'm also partly colorblind, so I
that's
can't.
The price. Unfortunately, that's the price.
Yeah. Well,
I would like to sign up for the Air Force, but I don't like to do sit-ups.
That's the other price.
That's the price. You know, you gotta pick and choose.
1,000 sit-ups, and you got to oppress a third world country.
And they're like, you can chase aliens, but you also have to do some pull-ups. Schneh. Also, you have to keep a secret. Well, I can't do that. We've proven time and time again. I have a podcast that's about telling secrets.
So Graves told lawmakers that his squadron submitted a safety report at the time, but that he received no official acknowledgement of the incident. According to the former pilot, UAP encounters in that region are not rare or isolated. Graves has since founded Americans for Safe Aerospace, a group that supports aviators who have reported UAPs. If you're not familiar with that industry, it kind of is still much as, so it's changing, but it very much was like, you keep your mouth shut, just keep flying the plane. Nothing was flying with you.
Zip it.
Zip it.
What you saw was a kite.
He stated,
also
stated that objects that are reportedly being seen by military and commercial pilots are performing maneuvers that are unexplainable due to our current understanding of our technology and capabilities as a country. He added, if anyone could see the sensor and the video data I've witnessed, our national conversation would change.
Which is fine. Change it, for the love of God.
The other person was the pilot who captured the Tic Tac video. 2004 was when it was captured, released in 2020. What an exciting year. Nothing else happened, just UFO stuff. However, on that one, the Commander David Fravor said that there were no rudders, no rudder wash, which is the kind of air movement that comes from movement in the plane, or any visible flight control surfaces like wings. As he and other pilots tried to get closer to the mysterious craft, it rapidly accelerated and disappeared right in front of our craft, leaving no detectable turbulence.
It's all about the sphere.
It's all about the sphere inside the cube, man.
Cube, sphere, sphere,
cube, sphere. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything we had. I'm not a UFO fanatic, but what I saw with 4 sets of eyes. But what we saw, sorry.
Wait a minute. I'm not a UFO fanatic. I'm a UFO.
But what we saw with 4 sets of eyes, we have nothing close to it. It was incredible technology. So all these pilots are saying that these are like ships. If they're not ships, they're biological entities that have capabilities that are greater than anything we can imagine for a biological being.
Cool.
There's more to it, of course, but I will just share the link and let you all read it from NPR and the AP. And as soon as something more substantial comes of it, we'll talk about them in the news. But that's been the true highlights of this UFO congressional hearing. We have multiple sets of people saying that biological entities are around flying craft.
They out you.
And one of them, a little bit sussy, you know, like, give us the body then. If you know where the bodies are, go grab us a body.
Grab one of those bods.
But the other two, the two pilots, like, they saw something, they flew with something, and then it just left them in the dust.
I mean, at this point, it's like,
or even lack of dust, it just left them.
At this point, it's like, yes, there's stuff flying up there, but we need the bod.
We need the bod, or we need a craft,
mm-hmm.
or some technology. You know, we need something. We need something substantial and material.
Gotta have something.
And without something, you know what? Werewolf Radar,
we got nothing.
We have nothing, but I think we're still impressed.
Yeah, I am impressed. I like that the conversation is coming to Congress, you know, that they're like, you know, they can't ignore that it's something that people are thinking about at the very least anymore.
Mm-hmm. That our military is seeing it and they're thinking like, about
hey,
it.
Listen, we fucking see it. People see it all the time. So what's the deal?
What's
going
the
on
deal
up there,
with
Jack?
UFOs?
What's the deal with UFOs?
That'll be not the name of this episode, but it will be in the description. And that's been it for this week's paranormal news from Werewolf Radar. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what we do, give us a 5-star review wherever you can. It is truly the best way to help us grow as a podcast, allows other people to find us in the algorithm. When you hit 5 stars, the algorithm goes, you know what? Someone else will like it. Let me pass that along then. Yes,
it's very nice and good of you to give us the stars.
You can check us out on Threads, Instagram, X now as well.
Yeah, X us, y'all.
X us. Send us an X.
We think it's hilarious.
On Twitch, you know, every once in a while, we've been playing games. Might be playing some Remnant, or I might be playing some Yakuza.
Who knows?
Who knows? I got some insurance stuff to do tomorrow, but then after that, baby, it's relaxing with video games. And then, of course, if possible, some D&D, 4 p.m. Every Monday, twitch.tv/werewolf_radar.
We're all over the place.
We're all over the place.
It would be harder not to run into us on the internet. You know, you'll see us.
Jump in our chat, say hello.
We're there right now. We're behind you. Look around. Turn around. That's us.
What else is there? There's, of course, our Patreon. If you really dig what we do and can afford a small financial donation towards our dream of becoming professional podcasters of the paranormal variety, visit patreon.com/werewolfradar, where you can get awesome paranormal extras such as exclusive episodes that only the Dark Council get to receive. That's what Patreon members are called with us. Join the Dark Council, get more power, dark power, than you've ever thought you could get.
And I hereby promise that if we become professional paranormal podcasters and somehow end up in front of Congress, I will call Matt Gaetz a child predator.
That's a promise that other podcasts refuse to give you.
I could also just call him a fuckface. Maybe I'll just go with fuckface.
Let the Dark Council decide.
Yeah. You can decide. I will insult him live on C-SPAN.
And they don't bleep out anything on C-SPAN. They're professionals.
And the thing is that it won't even be an insult. It'll simply be the truth.
Can't do nothing about that. Once again, that's patreon.com/werewolfradar. And now let's sign off with the one super duper seeker deeker sign off line from one Dylan Gutierrez, Dark Council member extraordinaire. By the way, you can, by being a Dark Council member, you can hang out with us and suggest awesome things like this catchphrase we now use till eternity. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Suspect the void, space persons, whomever.
And all conspiracies are true. Imagine